Welcome back another Thursday, sponsored by 106th Street Tire and Wheel. 106th Street Tire and Wheel on Northern Boulevard. Get your tires fixed and bought here today. Oh man, this is gonna be it's gonna be a different show today. NBA free agency is going wild live as we're talking here on the show here. Chet, it's me and Chet. We're waiting for Steele. Steele's out there in Vegas. He said he's leaving Fat Tuesdays right now. He's gonna be a drunken stupor when he joins the show. And speaking of the devil, hold on. Speaking of the devil, night. I believe he's here. Just give me 1 second before I
You better be. It's the Thursday
bring
night
him to the
party.
show. Look at this guy.
Oh, look at him.
You know your boy here.
He's got the glasses on. That's not a good sign already.
Look at that drunken stupor. Fat Tuesdays. Let's get it.
Tuesday.
Man, we got a whole lot of stuff going on today, boy. This is the perfect day to have a show, man, because we got free agency, people getting signed. We got Kevin Durant asking for a trade. Why don't we dig into that situation ASAP? I just hope Nico and all these Net fans, I hope they're watching, man, because they might need a shoulder to lean on right now because they got Kevin Durant wants out. Kyrie Irving is probably not far behind. What do you ask for? Chet, I know you said that you seen the trade stuff already. I heard half the league wants them.
I have heard plenty of trade rumors already go with Durant. It's like half the league is asking for him. There's about 4 teams I've heard that are very, very interested in him. Is Miami, Phoenix, New Orleans, okay, and Washington of all teams. Okay, and we're
Washington
talking about,
ain't got nobody to give. They just signed Bill. They ain't got nobody.
Washington, what they were looking at, and what I've heard about what they're looking at, Washington.
Ain't he from there?
Was a trade for on the table was Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, Denny Avdija, and 3 first-round picks.
I'd be pissed as a Net fan if I took.
I would not take that deal.
I wouldn't take Porzingis in a trade to the Department of Sanitation.
The Department of Sanitation.
But anything is possible since the Hawks got DeJounte Murray for Gallinari.
That was a steal.
Gallinari. And the Spurs are not even keeping Gallinari. They're waiving him immediately.
Yeah. He might end up right back on Atlanta.
No, he can't. When you make a trade like that, you can't go back to the same team.
Steele, I got the perfect team for Gallinari. You're going to hate this.
Not the Knicks.
He's coming back to New York.
No way. No.
I have a funny feeling.
You can keep that, bro.
Do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I think
the guy that might come back to New York is the guy that nobody on a true New York sports forum wants?
I'm about to say one guy wants him, and that would be me. I'll take Melo.
I wouldn't be.
You
mad, but he's not going to help us win right now.
Three-point shooting was our downfall last year.
Yeah, but he's not a 3-point shooter. He's a mid-range shooter.
He was a good spot-up shooter for LA and Portland.
As I say, he's a good mid-range shooter.
Mid-range.
Because 3-point shooting, he's not really a 3-point shooter.
He was up to like 42%.
But how many did he take?
I'm just saying he shot a pretty high percentage from 3.
If you shoot 10 3-pointers and you make 4 of them, you're an amazing 3-point shooter, but that don't make you a 3-point shooter.
Speaking of the Anthony Lakers, there was a rumor I heard just about 10 minutes ago that could be a huge trade, not even for Durant. It's a 3-team deal involving Kyrie Irving, the Lakers, and Charlotte, where the Lakers would get Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. The Nets would get Westbrook, Horton Tucker, and 2 first-rounders. And Charlotte would get Davis and 2 first-rounders.
Why would the Lakers want to get another guy that stays hurt?
That's one. Can we just focus on the Nets for a hot second?
Kyrie's on the Nets, yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, I'm ready now. The Nets are a disaster.
I love your scenery, by the way.
Oh, appreciate it. It's my daughter's idea. Shout out. Shout out to her. She hooked this all up for me.
Way to go. Shout out to beating up Bill.
Janaya. Yeah. So check this out. They tried the Paul Pierce, KG.
Kevin Garnett, right? All those guys. Yep.
What's my man? Jason Terry? Is that his name?
Jason Terry, right?
That was
The Jet.
The Jet. He's like the second Jet, right? Because really Kenny Smith was the first Jet.
Right, he was the first Jet, the originator.
All right, so either way, neither one of them deserve a nickname. But I digress. They tried it the first time. A colossal fail. Okay? Then they tried this Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden disaster. Now, if they would have just left Dinwiddie, my man Allen that went to Cleveland with Irving and KD, they would have a championship team right now. Trying to be greedy, trying to get the so-called big three is what killed the Brooklyn Nets. That was a disaster. And you know what? They're not going to be able to recruit from that because they gave up so much to get James Harden. They gave up picks. They gave up quality young players.
Right. I understand about the young players. I agree with you, Dad. But with all these trade offers, they're going to get multiple first-round picks.
Timeout. Live. Adrian was wow. Woj. Okay. He just said. Now this is the thing that we was talking about off air, Chet. Now the New York Knicks, right? It's been rumored that they are signing Jalen Brunson. Am I correct? For a long time.
That was what the Woj
pretty much so.
So I was talking about this, with family members, and I was like, how come they're not, doing this right away? Because like all these other signings are right away. So they were saying because of that tampering thing.
That's right.
Because remember they signed his dad.
Yep.
As the coach and stuff like that, and it was already rumored that he was going here. So right now, I think this is all a smoke and mirror right now, because right now Woj is saying that the Mavericks had offered Jalen 5 years, $106 million, right? Yep. And he's heading into a meeting with the Knicks within an hour.
I heard that.
So they
within an hour. So he's trying to make it like he hasn't even met with them yet. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's met with them already.
He's already spoken to the Knicks already. You know what I'm saying?
He has.
Like, come on.
The age is probably talking to the Knicks already.
Let me tell you something. That tampering stuff, I mean, they've been doing it for years. I mean, come on,
exactly.
Let's knock the nonsense off, man.
Nothing new.
And also, one thing I would like to, I was late to the party. One thing I'd like to address to the true New York sports fans. Let me tell you something. I want y'all to stop talking about this loyalty in sports. Loyalty in sports is finished, okay? And I'm not just talking about NBA basketball. I'm talking about baseball. I'm talking about hockey. I'm talking about any professional sport. These owners are not loyal to players, and players are not loyal to teams anymore. So just stop with this loyalty nonsense. It doesn't exist. Maybe 20 years ago, we would talk about players staying on teams for their whole career. It just doesn't happen anymore. No, Steph Curry is like the only person now left, really? Steph and Dame?
Clay,
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, for the most part, there's no players that's just married to one team in this day and age, in any sport. But
you can't dismiss the fact there are, like you said, like Steph and stuff.
But there's still guys. There's still guys. But listen, if Golden State wasn't a championship team, you don't think they would have traded away a Clay by now? They wouldn't have moved to Steph by now? They were. I still don't think. No reason.
I still don't think Clay is going to have his whole career there. To be honest with you.
Well, I know what, Boogie, I agree with you 100%. But I'm just saying, for conversational piece right now, it makes sense what we're talking about.
What's up, Mark? What's up, James?
Yeah. But for the most part, none of these guys are married to teams. There's no loyalty. These guys are working out with each other in the off season.
They're married to the money.
They're not. They don't. What'd you say, Book? Say that one more time.
Married to the money.
That is exactly what they're married to. So anybody out here.
So how come nobody goes to the Knicks then? Because the Knicks have had cap space for years, and they still can't sign nobody that they want.
Reason why, Boogie, James Dolan. Enough said.
Let me tell you something.
They're not that married to the money.
The Nets, the Mets and the Knicks had the same problem, but the Nets did the smart thing. The Mets got rid of it, got new ownership, and and overnight that organization changed.
Exactly.
It wasn't even a slow transition. It was overnight.
Yep.
And the Knicks would be the same way if Dolan sells the team.
Which will never happen.
Exactly.
But at some point, we're gonna have to get a championship with him as the owner because I can't take being in my 60s and still didn't see a Knicks championship.
Well,
and that's some time from now too.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm a dedicated Knicks fan, but
I
got my Stephen A. voice on right now.
I'm a dedicated Knicks fan. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna happen at some point.
So let me ask you a question. Speaking of your Knicks, okay, just get off the subject for 2 seconds. I brought this up to you, Steele, yesterday. I thought the trade they made with Detroit, I thought was not a smart idea.
I thought that it is a smart idea because think about it. Nerlens Noel ain't played much of anything last year anyway, right? And when he did play, he was still sparingly playing in and out the lineup because he was hurt even in that fantastic year that he had with us, where he signed his extension. The guy
he signed an extension and hadn't played since.
That's what I'm saying. He's notorious for being hurt, bro. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not a difference maker. Okay,
you got rid of the wrong contract.
Alec Burks, he's decent, but he's average. He's not a make or break player. Oh my God! Now we're gonna be bad. We were bad last year.
You got rid of the wrong contract.
How do you feel that? Because we
should have got rid of the Fournier contract.
But who's to say that that's not still happening?
Oh, I think
you see what I'm saying? You gotta clear up space. Yo, the Detroit didn't say I want Fournier. They said I wanted, Alec Burks because they saw how he was playing the point guard, the shooting guard, the forward. They see he was a defender. So they say, you know what? We need that veteran presence for Cade Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? Nerlens Noel, you know what I'm saying? Whenever he plays, he's going to be a nice little backup for them. Every 4 years, he's got to go do nothing for Detroit. So why would they want him? So the Knicks were able.
Evan Fournier is not going to do nothing.
That's what I'm trying to say. So now the Knicks are able to clear cap space because they're trying to make these moves here. And I don't think this Jalen Brunson thing is the only move that they're trying to make when it becomes official.
Because they still try to sign Robinson still, remember, too.
You have to try to sign him. They're gonna keep Mitchell Robinson, but they're gonna wait to the last minute because
that might be too late at that point.
Nah, they probably already have a deal already set in place with him already.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I think Mitch wants to stay in New York.
He is, and they want to keep him. It's just that we can overpay. You know what I'm saying? Him, so we don't necessarily have to announce anything with him right now.
I can see two teams looking at him, within the conference. I mean, Boston would look at him big time.
I think teams are looking at him. I don't think you're wrong.
Well, Boston would be one, and I think the Bulls will be the other one.
I think if the Knicks try to lowball him,
which I think they're going to do.
If they try to do that, and I think that he might run for the fences. But hopefully they're not that silly.
James is crazy. What?
Oh God.
He said Bill Buckner's. He said off-topic. Bill Buckner is the best first baseman ever to play. What?
Wait a minute, man. We can go. We can hit baseball in a second.
Baseball's later.
So if you look at the other signings around the league today, I mean, you see Bradley Beal signed a max contract for $250 for 5. Jokic signed a 5-year, $260 max deal.
All that stuff is that was expensive.
Booker signed a 5-year, $210.
Now Booker signed in that deal. That he actually might get included in the trade for Durant if
that's
Durant
exactly what I was thinking.
To go to Phoenix.
That's the first thing that
imagine that
they want Booker.
Imagine
Let me tell you something. If you got Kevin Durant over there, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna put that on there. Can we talk about how bad sports media has been lately? How many things have they gotten wrong? Like not even close. Like off to left field, not even right. They were talking about how many months were they talking about KD is married to Irvin and that's his best friend and he wants to play with his best friend.
I heard he still wants to play with him, but they just don't want to play in Brooklyn. I heard they still want to play alongside each other, but just not in Brooklyn. I don't know what happened. What the fuck?
But I'm just saying though, if that's the case, he signed an extension with Brooklyn right now. So he's there and Irvin opted in. So they would be playing together.
No, they don't want to play here together.
Oh, something so you're saying that they chose the wrong New York franchise? Is that what you're saying?
No, because if they was on the Knicks, the Knicks would probably have been imploded by now. They probably would have moved locations if they did this in the Garden.
I don't think the Knicks would have went after James Harden. I think James Harden was the cancer to this whole situation.
Yes.
I think the Nets got a little bit too greedy. I think we covered this already, but I think the Nets had exactly what they needed. Dinwiddie, Allen, you know what, Harris, they had exactly what they needed to be successful. LeVert, like, you didn't have to give away those pieces for half of James Harden. But you know what? I guess hindsight is 2020.
And the other thing is, like I said, with him, and I said that, I mean, I understand he's trying to rework his contract with Philly, but why would you sit there and throw away $47 million? You know you're not going to get that back.
Well, you know what? I think maybe he's finally in his lifetime being a team player. Maybe he's willing to take less to get some more help. I mean, that's the only thing that will make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
He can't possibly think.
Harden.
No, talking about James Harden.
Yeah, I said the same thing to Chet. Just because he opted out doesn't mean that he's looking for somewhere else to go, because that's the same thing Bill did. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably waiting to see. Like, they probably had a discussion. He's the second. I mean, the first 1 and 1A of the 76ers, between him and Embiid, right?
On paper.
So I'm pretty sure. I'm saying. So I'm pretty sure they had some type of discussion with the front office, and with that being said, they probably said, "Yo, if you opt out, you know what I'm saying, we're going to pay you. But let's just see what moves we can make to improve ourselves so that we can make the situation better for you guys to go for a championship this year." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that would.
It makes sense.
I mean, at this stage of Mr. Harden's career, that would be the best role for his any success at this point, because the James Harden of old is finished. And I know what, I totally forgot that Kevin Durant was 33 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's no spring chicken.
Just to book it, Nick Claxton re-signed with the Nets 2 years.
The Nets are re-signing all their little like role
I love Claxton.
Patty Mills. They re-signed Patty Mills, Claxton. Like, they got bigger problems going through right now.
They're gonna. I'm telling you, the deal I would love to see the Nets take for Durant is the package I've heard from New Orleans, and that would include Zion, Jackson Hayes, Devontae Graham, Larry Nance Jr., and 3 first-round picks.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, Chet.
I take that a second. That deal.
You think the Pelicans was willing to just be naked? Because that's what they'll be.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But they'll still have Ingram, Zion.
No, he said Zion's in the package.
Zion's in the package. The main part of the package. Zion is. He's the main part of the package. Zion wants out of New Orleans. He does not want to play there. He wants out.
I don't know. I can't read him, because everywhere you read, he's talking about, I would love to sign an extension here. I want to stay here. I don't know if that's just PR, so
PR. He doesn't want to stay there. He wants to get out.
I think it's a little bit of PR. Can someone please help me on why Julius Randle is still on the Knicks?
Yeah,
they're shopping him.
They're shopping him. I've heard that.
The shopping cart is full. It's time to check out. Okay.
Listen, they're shopping him, bro. So, and not for nothing. I mean, what if he had close to a season that he had the year before? Would you be just as angry about him?
Listen, he peaked out. That All-Star year he had was the best he's ever going to be. I don't know if y'all see the YouTube and the TikToks of him in outstanding shape. The abs is popping out. He looked like he could put on like a good 10 pounds of muscle. I don't care.
So I had to mute Steele because getting a little bit too technical on his body and stuff like that. And
he's working out in the off season. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, that's all he had to say. That's all he had to say.
During the off season.
He didn't have to start getting all technical about how many abs he has, and it started getting weird.
It's the Fat Tuesday talking, you know.
Yeah. You done, bro?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I did go too far.
You went way too far.
Way too far, buddy.
I'm sorry. Blame it on the cup. Blame it on the cup.
Blame it on alcohol, bro.
Yeah, but there's a lot of trade moves going all around the NBA, just not in New York. It's like
listen. As a New York fan, I had high hopes for Brooklyn. Like, I was like, at least Brooklyn can bring some type of hope back to the New York City area when it comes to basketball.
So the
just
76ers
as
and,
much as
and James Harden are meeting on the weekend, by the way.
On the
they're
weekend,
just as
okay.
much as a shit show as the Knicks at this point.
Yeah,
Right.
PJ
Piss poor-
Tucker signing with the Sixers too.
The Nets have shown that they are able to sustain short-term success. And let's go back to the last time they were actually like amazing. Like when Jason Kidd,
Kevin
Garnett,
Martin.
Kenyon Martin, and stuff like that.
Carter.
Like they went to like didn't they go to 2 championships
Yeah, they got
and
there.
didn't win, and then that was it, right? Like I said, they had their little stretches, whatever, and then they just completely dismantled and disappeared. They had their little run here.
This was Book. You have to admit, Boogie. This was
This
very
was bad.
fast.
This was bad, but this was bad because the guys joined and left. Like Kyrie Irving was here 3 years and barely played in any of the seasons for different reasons, and now like, it's about to be going now. Like now it's about to be a completely different team. But all I'm saying is the Nets have if the Nets are smart and if their front office is as good as everybody claims that they are, then if you have the pieces of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, you should be able to make a super team in a trade for those two guys. Like if you come back with maybe players as a roster, then you failed as an organization.
But I understand getting some good pieces for Kevin Durant. But at this point in Kyrie Irving's, what he has shown the owners and coaching staff is his inability to want to play basketball. Like if you were just signing the talent.
Defensive, all defense.
Am I hearing something? Is that me?
Yeah, Chet, you have your TV on?
And I want a player like Cam Johnson in draft picks.
That must be Chet because I don't have a TV.
Yep, I muted him and the TV's going. Chet,
Yeah.
you're on a professional show, so it would be nice to have the TV low so no one else can hear it. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody else has NBA TV. Jesus Christ. I expect this from Steele. I don't expect this from
Yeah. Sorry about that. Good.
I don't even think he heard anything I said.
No, he did. It's a disaster. First of all, Book, I'm blaming you because usually you're fast on the trigger, and he should have been off the screen about 30 seconds ago.
The only reason why I didn't do that is because I'm trying out this new overlay thing, as you can see. And if I take him off the screen, the overlay will be off. So,
Matter of fact, let me just congratulate you on the outstanding overlay.
well,
I
thank
mean,
you.
this is a professional look
Yes.
right here.
Well done.
I'm experimenting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as good as the other show that refuses to promote us.
Yes, that's a problem I got.
I won't say who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I will.
Showing
It's
our
Mr. Lou.
issue. You know what I'm
But
saying?
look, that's giving them extra promo.
You know, but they definitely have a professional look, and we're working on it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this right here is
We're more professional than the Brooklyn Nets organization is right now because they can't even keep their stars. You know what I'm saying? Now here we are. We got people that want to stay here, and our fans want them out of here. So on the Knicks side, so I don't get it. like New York basketball is a mess.
It's a disaster. It's a shit show.
So
you see what James said? Steele's favorite movie is 300. Abs.
Yo, let me tell you something, James. I'm not gonna hold you. That is one of my favorite movies. Oh,
let me ask you guys, the Knicks fans, a question.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
All
James, you set this man up, man. This guy just jumped way out of the closet when you said that. Like, come on, bro.
So let me ask you as a Knicks fan, Boogie. Okay, right now, before everything, who would you have as your starting five next year as the Knicks?
Well, I mean, that's hard for me to say at the moment because they're still moving pieces around. You know what I'm saying? Because like currently, right now, Jalen Brunson's not even on the team. So
yeah, they already said he's signing. I just watching it. Said they are signing him.
Yeah, but it's not official yet. When it's official, then I can say he's our starting point guard.
Done.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're dealing with the Knicks here too. You know? And he's still muted. I'm sorry. Sorry, bro.
Your question mark starting lineup. Go ahead. You got to do it. Your question mark. You don't have to listen. Stephen A, Nick, all these guys get it wrong all the time. You can have it, bro. Have some fun with it. Let me hear your starting lineup. What Boogie's starting lineup should be
at the moment.
Starting. At the moment, right now.
Jalen Brunson will be the point guard.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
RJ Barrett's the shooting guard.
Okay.
Or small. All small
Cam
forward.
Reddish is the small forward.
Ooh.
They can change.
I'll have Julius Randle at the power and Mitchell Robinson at the center. That'll be my 5 at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Evan Fournier. I want Evan Fournier. Huh?
Grimes, you would put Grimes in the starting lineup?
No, I want Grimes and Evan Fournier, the 2 guys who get a bucket. I need them to be arriving off the bench and get us a bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Who's getting you in the bucket in the starting lineup? Who's your shooter in the starting lineup?
What are you talking about? Who's the shooter?
Cam
Reddish can do anything. RJ is the shooter.
But
you know what I'm saying?
They're not consistent.
Reddish going to shoot all day.
You got to try anyway. But see, then
this
is the problem. If you're gonna have Evan Fournier playing, then that's gonna be a hole in the defense. And Thibodeau's a heavy defense guy, so that's a solid defensive 5 who can score the basketball. And then when the offense starts to drag, you got shooters like Hartenstein. We just signed Hartenstein. He's a stretch 5, right? He's a stretch 5. Then you got Fournier. Then you got Quickly. Then you got Grimes. You got all these guys that's going to spread the floor. I'm hoping that McBride gets a chance to play this year. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I wasn't totally upset with the Alec Burke trade, because I actually like Burke. He's a glue guy.
But
he's
now McBride would get a shot.
But now McBride and Grimes are going to get more minutes.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's a question I got for you. If you're looking for, say, sign and trade for Fournier, okay,
I think he's gone, bro.
What team do you think would pick him up?
It all depends, because they might try to get Evan Fournier in a trade to exchange for somebody, or to dump his salary. So you don't know what's fishing out there.
You gotta look out there. What team is looking to dump salary? That's what you gotta look at.
Yeah, but he's not a dump salary player. Like, if you trade for Evan Fournier, you want him to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you want him to play, but you really don't care.
He's not trash.
That's the type of team.
He's not trash.
He's not trash, but he's the type of player that you gotta hide on defense.
Yeah, but that's like half the league though. Half the league don't play defense. You know what I'm saying?
No. Listen, Bug. I agree with you on the defensive front. Half the league doesn't play good defense, but Evan Fournier plays no defense. I love Carmelo Anthony. Evan Fournier plays defense like Carmelo. It's non-existent.
That's what I'm trying to say. I could give you a list of like 50 players that play defense like that.
Yeah, but you got to give me 50 players that give you an offensive punch. Like, Evan Fournier's problem he disappears on offense too. If Evan Fournier was the Evan Fournier of the first 2 games of the season last year, we wouldn't have this conversation.
See, this is the thing. Evan Fournier was never that kind of guy anyway.
Right.
Yeah, Evan Fournier is a guy who needs a PG. Same thing as Obi. Same thing as a lot of these players. Same thing as Julius Randle. Bro, Julius Randle's another player once we have a point guard, bro.
What
you're gonna see that.
What would you think of maybe signing trading him to the Clippers?
Think about this, bro.
For who?
Just think about this. Julius Randle's getting killed for last year, right? And he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Because of his attitude. If he had a good attitude, I think things would have been different, because if you compare the numbers between the year before and last year, they're really not that different. You know what I'm saying? He averages a lot of turnovers. It was hard to watch because he was trying to be the PG or the point forward. Now, when you have an actual point guard, then they're going to put him in position to do what he needs to do. The dude averaged what? I forgot, it was 20-something a game. He averaged, 18?
Yeah.
It was like the difference was so small that it's like he had a really down year. Bro, he still had a great year. He still averaged damn near a double. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we had this discussion before, but
it's just crazy.
The numbers were pretty much the same because the Knicks were losing games because the coach was force feeding Julius Randle. It was no matter how many shots he missed, he just kept, and that's why we were losing games.
But that's my point. That's that his fault that the coach is putting the offense through him. Was it John Stark's fault when he lost us the championship? No, it was Pat Riley's fault for not letting Derek Harper shoot. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you put a point guard in there, like, you guys are ready to sign off on Julius. And I'm not trying to say that I'm a big Julius Randle fan, by the way. Don't put me in that boat. I'm just saying that all these fans are ready to just sign off on the better player that we have on the team just because it didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? And we lost last year. bro.
Well,
If Jalen Brunson is who Jalen Brunson is supposed to be, Julius Randle's going to be a better player.
All I'm thinking is like I feel
Like he played defense.
I feel like Julius Randle was an enigma. It's like it wasn't
attitude's
supposed
bad.
to happen.
His attitude was bad, bro.
Yeah, like I know if he would have said, you know what, guys, I'm not playing well. No, New York. Listen, I'm not putting up the numbers that was before. It's like the year before made him, arrogant. And you know what? When you're arrogant, you have to follow that arrogance up with some positivity. Right. He had nothing he could say. Yo, I'm arrogant because of such and such. Well, you arrogant because you have a cute son? Like, is that what makes you arrogant? Like, come on, bro.
He thinks Julius Randle's son is cute. All right, so R. Kelly got 30 years, for trafficking. I don't want anything bad to happen to the show. So I would just want to state that True to New York Sports does not condone the words that arrives out of Steele's mouth. All right? I just want to be clear. All right?
So you're telling me
have at it, sir.
So you're trying to say that I can't say he has
you can say whatever you want, sir.
I'm not saying that. He's a cute kid, man. That's why he was on TV all the time. But anyway, I didn't know I couldn't say that.
So
please don't put me in the same boat as 30-year man, please.
If this happens, look out. Golden State is actually interested in Kemba Walker.
Why not? What's the loss?
That's what I just do. So my face is
what? Why not? I mean,
Golden State is interested in anybody who can have a heartbeat because they don't really need anybody.
Let me tell you something.
Wow.
Let's just go down the line of the people that their careers were, on the downside that went to Golden State and signed. Sean Livingston, Iguodala,
right?
Wiggins. Mm-hmm. Who else went there and shined? And we thought, what?
David Lee.
David Lee.
Yeah,
David Lee. I was thinking of. Yep.
I mean, the list goes on.
Bogut. Andrew Bogut.
Zaza Pachulia.
Listen, hold on, Chet. Don't go too fast. Chet said the number one guy, McGee.
JaVale
McGee
he's so relevant now.
Yeah, He's
very relevant.
Him a superstar. They extended his career about 10 years.
Superstar.
I would say a good serviceable player. I would say.
But I'm just saying though, Shaq was
Shaq to the fool. No, he was making himself on Shaq to the fool because the stuff that he was doing was ridiculous when he was on the Wizards.
He should have been out of the league. The nonsense he was doing.
It's hard for a 7-footer to get.
And look how good he's playing in Phoenix behind Ayton.
That's what I'm saying. Like he found his niche. You know what I'm
saying? But who gave him that confidence?
Golden State.
Golden State did. You know what? I wasn't a good guy when it came to Steve Kerr. I always thought that he stole the job from Mark. But Steve Kerr has done an outstanding job.
Mark Jackson has said that.
Jackson said that numerous times. He said that.
You can't. Him and Spoelstra from Miami, them two coaches, like you can't.
So you're not going to forget about Pop though, right?
Pop is
Pop. Yeah,
he's in the categories, it's levels, it's tiers. No, we took that tier stuff. We took Pop's a different tier.
I mean, when you say a different tier, that's only because of the length of time he's been coaching.
Yeah, that's it.
Because how many championships he has? He has what?
1, 2,
4,
I think.
4, right?
I think 4, yeah.
And how many Spoelstra got? He got.
Is that what Spoelstra got? That's what LeBron got.
He got 2 with Wade.
Right. You got one with LeBron.
You got 2 with LeBron.
No, he got 1. Yeah, because Pat Riley was the coach the first time. With,
yeah. Okay. All right.
And,
but he was still on staff.
But Kerr got 4.
Yeah.
The Kerr has like 9 now, right?
No, I'm talking about.
I'm talking about all together.
Oh, together, yeah. They've only won 2.
Yeah.
Spoelstra's only won 2.
Spoelstra's got 2. Kerr's got 4.
Right.
And you're talking about Pop got 4?
think Pop's got
Listen,
4.
Again, it's
So you
only
can't
Pop-
really say the different stratosphere thing when these guys are
when you
there.
throw those 3 names in a hat and you happen to pick out one, you're not mad. It's not like, oh God, I got this guy. I mean, you can't go wrong.
I'm saying that I could put it out there saying that right now, if all 3 of them stop
Actually,
coaching,
Pop's got
they're
5.
all 5. You know what I'm saying? If all
5.
3 of them stop coaching, they could be considered Hall of Fame coaches.
Oh, absolutely.
Without first
And
ballot.
I've never been spoiled on Spoelstra, but I'm impressed with him. I have to say that. I have to eat my words.
And
Like
no
I said,
matter what
he's a
Pat
good
Riley
coach.
puts out there, he finds a way to get those guys to play.
Yes, I agree.
Listen,
But like I said, look at Kerr and look where he got his coaching stuff from. Phil Jackson when he was in Chicago.
let's not
Think
give
about
Phil
it.
no credit, man.
Phil Jackson
Phil
is
plenty
not
of
getting
credit
credit on this show, sir. All
He's
right?
giving Phil Jackson plenty of credit. Steve Kerr has.
No, I can't give Phil
Don't
no
worry.
credit.
Don't worry. Chet can't talk right now. I'm muted. Told
No.
him no credit. He does not get credit on this show. All right? For obvious reasons. You're back.
I'm just saying that's who we learned from.
He's gonna
let me ask you something, Chet. This is seriously.
Yeah.
Did Phil Jackson ever have to coach mediocrity?
Knicks.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, what team he had?
But he
New York
didn't, I
Knicks.
said Knicks, but he didn't
Go
coach.
about the New York Knicks. Yep, that's what I said. The New York
But he
Knicks.
didn't coach us though.
No, I'm talking about actual coaching. What team did he have that he had some mediocre players that he had to?
Oh, I can tell you this. Go way back before your time when he was coaching the Albany Patroons in the CBA and was winning championships with garbage.
Hold on.
In the CBA.
1 second. 1 second.
I appreciate that, man.
What is going on right now?
What's
going on right now? We're going that far? Like what?
Yeah. What was that a basketball team you just said?
That just hurt my ears just now. Like, what? If you gotta dig that far to find out when he had a mediocre team, then you know there's problems.
I mean,
there's problems. Jesus Christ.
Chet,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
how did you? I mean, the information. I mean, I appreciate your knowledge.
Tell them the facts.
I'm talking. All right, let's put it this. What NBA team did Phil Jackson coach?
The Knicks. I'm saying.
No, he wasn't
never coached
coaching
the
the
Knicks.
Knicks. And even when he tried to put the person in position to coach, and he was coaching them to coach the team, it didn't work.
Correct.
Yep. Listen, Derek Fisher got fired from coaching a WNBA team.
All I know is Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan and he had Kobe Bryant.
And Shaq.
With Shaq.
And Pippen.
So I don't
He had 4 of the arguably greatest players in the league.
Spoelstra had Wade and an aging Shaq. With
And
an aging
Bosh.
Peyton.
And Bosh.
Asian. Whoa. I'm talking about the first one before Bosh. I'm talking
The
about
first one. Okay.
the first
Okay.
He had Haston. Yeah, what's my man? Mario
Then he had
Chalmers.
Yeah, then they had Ray Allen too, right? They had Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Well, that's afterwards. But I'm talking about let's just move it
but
forward.
the best guy they had on that team the whole time, Udonis Haslem.
But see, now that's where it becomes a slippery slope because now he did get a super team after that. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you can really count. I mean, you can count it, but it wasn't fair. Kerr had a super team, but 80% of it was drafted.
Yes.
Which goes to credit the front office on.
He gets no credit, bro.
Yeah.
The GM for Golden State
gets no
that
credit.
guy gets no
credit.
You don't hardly hear about him at all.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the draft choices they've had. Curry, Thompson. You picked up Looney, which was great. You drafted Jordan Poole.
Looney's trash. And they're making him play well.
Wiseman
They won a championship with Wiseman hurt all season.
Time out. You can't clear your throat into a Looney's trash. That's not what I thought you was going.
Looney's trash, bro. Like let's not go too far, bro. No, they drafted Looney, bro. He wouldn't even be playing on no other team.
Draymond was the biggest. I think their biggest key to their drafts ever was getting Draymond Green.
Can we talk about Draymond for one quick second,
sure.
please? Is Draymond a Hall of Famer?
You know, it's funny you say that.
Good question.
Numbers wise, no.
No.
But that's one of those eyeball tests because not for nothing. If you look at Ben Wallace, Wallace didn't feel like a Hall of Famer to me. Right? He was very one-dimensional. All he did was get rebounds.
Yeah, I'll give you the perfect guy that he's basically mixed in with back in the day is Robert Horry.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Look at Horry.
I wouldn't compare the two. Robert Horry, Hoop said Bob Myers.
Big game Bob.
Bob Myers. Yo, listen. I wouldn't compare Robert Horry and Draymond Green for the simple fact that Robert Horry did absolutely nothing the majority of the game, but he had the big 3-point shot at the end to win. You know what I'm saying? Draymond Green, he's like mentally in the opponent's cranium.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
He plays the mental game on the floor. He's very physical. He gets rebounds. He gets assists because he passes the ball. Mm-hmm. He gets to the basket. Obviously, he can't shoot.
He's an all-defensive wizard.
You know what I'm saying? Robert Horry wasn't all anything. He wasn't good. He wasn't great.
He was exactly what his nickname was. Big Shot Bob.
Do I think Draymond's in the Hall of Fame? I would say no. And that's why,
like I said, man, like that's one of those things where if he keeps getting rings and do that,
he's not gonna be first ballot. I think he might leap in there.
He might. And like I said, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Ben Wallace deserved to be in the Hall of Fame?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So you got a guy like that, but he only had 2.
But back then, 2 championships.
Back then, ain't that long ago, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying though, back when he got into the Hall, back when Ben Wallace was being acknowledged, he was a 6'8", and I'm being generous, center.
He was an undersized center. Right. And he couldn't shoot for nothing. He couldn't score at all. He was a liability on offense.
Red Wallace reminds me of Dennis Rodman.
No, but Dennis Rodman wasn't a liability. That's
Dennis Rodman
understand.
Just chose not to shoot.
Right. He wasn't a liability. Ben Wallace was a liability. That dude couldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot in college.
Yeah.
All right. So that dude was a liability offensively. But defensively, he played well one-on-one basketball defensively, even though he was undersized, and he was a tremendous rebounder. That's not enough to me to make the Hall of Fame because, like I said, Dennis Rodman, he did that and some. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, but so Draymond, he might have an argument, but numbers-wise, Draymond's not no.
And I hate saying that. I say no.
I'd like to give a shout out to
Hoop said. Hoop said.
What's that?
If Ben Wallace is at Chelsea, Billups should be a lot.
You got a point, George.
It's true.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
Only thing I'm gonna say about Draymond is his ability to speak the truth. Like he don't lie about nothing.
He said he's gonna win 3 of the next 4 championships, bro.
I'm talking about when he talking. That's just him. That's the ego talk.
That's just him, right? Yeah.
That's ego talk. That's just like the throwback at the guys that said they wasn't gonna win.
Exactly.
That's a stab at the guys that saying Curry wasn't good enough to carry a basketball team. Shout out to my man Ian Lang, who hates Steph Curry. But
oh yeah, he's in a passion.
Listen, Steph quieted the haters. Can't be mad at him. But Draymond, he speaks the truth. That's why you can't disagree with his ability to control the flow of a basketball game. I think that's what separates him from all those other guys.
So let me ask you a question about Steph Curry, and I want your honest opinions. Right now, do you think he is the best player in the NBA today, Steph Curry?
Under 6'4"? Yes.
Just period. No, NBA period.
I can't say that because Embiid is amazing. Giannis is amazing. They do more than he does.
Kevin Durant, he's still not on Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is still Kevin Durant. So I can't really say he's the best player in basketball right now, no. But I can say he's definitely the best shooter.
Best shooter ever.
Definitely.
Best shooter ever. Without question.
Ever. I mean, my top 3 shooters all time was Steph Curry, Drazen Petrovic, and Reggie Miller.
Wait, so we just going to jump on Ray Allen?
I'm about to say, bro, Reggie Miller.
Ray Allen's right underneath him.
Reggie Miller was not one of the best shooters in basketball.
I think Reggie Miller was one of the best clutch shooters.
He wasn't one of the best shooters, bro. Look at
on the pressure when the pressure was on, Reggie would get you a basket. But only thing I didn't even have Curry that high, really, until this playoff season. Now, I didn't realize how skilled he was around the basket.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was able to finish like that.
Who's this?
That's what, huh?
Who's this we're talking about?
Steph Curry. I didn't know.
Oh
he
yeah.
Listen, I was asleep at the wheel because Steph Curry is, I think, as good a finisher around the rim as Irving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just amazed.
And another
I didn't think that was in him.
Yeah, and another thing that they don't talk about, he's underrated at, that if he did this a little more, he'd be a great rebounder.
He gets a lot of those foul line extended rebounds.
But he can sit there and go in. I say if you look at, he's averaging, I think, on this crazy 3 or 4 rebounds a game. That's not bad. But if he really wanted to rebound, he could probably sit there and average 7 and 8 rebounds a game.
Yeah, he breaks out too fast though. That's why. Remember, he gets a lot of cheap points. And I mean, in order for him not to get those cheap points and get those rebounds, it will be a give and take. Because that's what happened. Draymond gets that rebound and that quick outlet to Steph, and that pull up open 3-pointer.
So I would love to see what Golden State's going to do in the offseason, because they have a lot of the fringe guys that are free agents next year.
Like I don't know what they're going to do with Poole and Wiggins.
Porter is one. Peyton's another one.
Listen,
Looney's one.
Michael Jordan's team was trying to get Peyton, I think.
Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was rumored to go to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Listen, if Gary Jr. was smart, Gary, I don't know if you're out there listening to True New York Sports. Stay in Golden State, bro. Stay in Golden State.
Listen,
every
player is not trying to ride the championship train. Some players, once they already got a championship, they want to make a name for themselves. Like
I'm saying,
just like look at Jalen. Like Jalen knows that his success right now is probably better off staying with Dallas, but he wants to be the man. Like when I say the man, he wants to be the man that demands the basketball. He knows playing over there in Dallas, Luka has got to be basketball dominant and he's going to play off ball, but he wants to be on ball. He wants to have the basketball in his hands.
But didn't he was playing his best basketball last year when Luka was hurt.
That's what I'm saying. He wants to be the guy holding the basketball. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just like Peyton. Peyton, they don't allow this guy to do anything but play defense. So I've seen him pass up on a wide open 3-pointer just to give it to Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's so restricted on that team. So he might feel like he has more game to show the NBA. You know what I'm saying? To get a better paycheck. So maybe he wants to go to another team to prove that he could do more than just play defense. Be the Glove Junior.
Yeah, Glove Junior.
The mitten.
Yeah. Don't do the guy like that, man.
I don't do guys.
But let me go on to another subject, which I thought for the first time in years actually very boring.
You should have fell out that window after saying that.
Was the NBA draft.
The NBA draft was trash.
How boring was that draft this year?
Trash.
What draft? There was one?
NBA draft. That just
there
finished.
Was one? Oh,
yeah. Exactly.
Hey, all I know is the Knicks were very frustrated because they didn't get their guy from Purdue. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get him. So they said, you know what? Since we can't get the guy we want, let's start trading to get more picks, because now that's going to give us more assets to trade. So then they ended up with 11 first-round picks, right? Then they end up jumping into the DeJounte Murray's sweepstakes way too late because Atlanta was digging in. They was digging into that contract negotiation early. So they already had the upper hand there. So the Knicks failed in that. So right now, Leon Rose is doing a lot of failing. So I'm just waiting for some success.
Listen,
if Jalen Brunson is a success, then I don't know.
Listen, if our guys, just imagine this, man. What a success story the Knicks would be if Grimes, McBride, Obi, these guys end up being something special for the Knicks. I mean, isn't that what we want as Knicks fans? For
we've been dreaming picks, a long time,
but we never keep our guys long enough to see the success story.
Yeah, what was that stat you said? If they sign Barrett to an extension, that's the first rookie that we drafted.
Charlie Ward.
Since Charlie Ward, bro.
Charlie Ward. I mean, but we're Knicks fans.
Die hard.
All right.
Yep.
What a disgusting stat.
Oh, it was. I saw that. I couldn't believe when I saw that.
When I saw it, I had to go fact check. I said, that can't be true. That can't be possible.
Yep. So here's the thing. So what surprised me was when Paolo Banchero was drafted 1. That surprised me. That really did.
Why?
Well,
Who would you have chosen?
Jabari Smith.
Yeah,
I think Jabari Smith is the best player in the draft.
You seen his face when he didn't get drafted, though?
Yeah,
I thought that was the highlight of the thing.
He was pissed.
He was. I mean, that guy was on fire. Like, if he
Yeah.
could have walked out of there right then and there, I think he would have.
Yep. And I think Jabari Smith, I think Houston had a very good draft. Picking up Jabari Smith. But the guy I wanted you guys to get with the Knicks, at the end of the first round that you could have traded for was Ty Washington. The point guard that I was talking about with you guys. I thought it would be a very good fit for the Knicks.
Well, the Knicks didn't want to chance anything that low, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, they could have had him. They took him. Houston took him at the end of the first round.
Listen, I seen that summer league roster, and I'm looking at these guys on there. Did y'all see the summer league roster?
Yeah, I did.
I have not. No,
I did.
Listen, you're gonna look
They
at
had
like,
Grimes, McBride. They had Grimes, McBride, Sims, and that other kid. Well, the other Sims was on was on this. He was in our G League, and he was on our summer league last year. And the dude that they signed late in the season, his name started with an F. I forgot what his name. Falco. I forget. Remember?
I'm looking.
He's
at
on the
like,
summer league too.
wow, really? That's a stacked team.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, Chet. I want this to me, and I don't know if Boogie feels the same way. This year, right now, is gonna make me embrace my Knicks fan. Like, we finally are just building a team. And if the team is not successful, so be it. But at least we're getting to see some young players develop. Like old Knicks, we would have traded away, what's the young guy's name? Quickly would have been gone already. A couple of years ago,
Quickly still might have a chance of being gone.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope not.
Hey, don't say that. Because it could be
anything can happen with that ball club.
Listen, but the thing is, he could be in the package for something that we really want.
Yeah.
No, what we need to get rid of is Julius Randle.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was Fournier you wanted to get rid of first.
Fournier should have been gone already. Listen, Fournier should not have been paid $71 million in the very first place. How do you give? Let me tell you something. Anytime Boston Celtics give somebody away, it's for a reason. Okay? Boston don't give away good players.
Exactly.
Never. They give away washed-up players.
Oh, the one guy I was so disappointed.
Kyrie wasn't washed up.
The one person I was so disappointed they got rid of Boston was Taco Ball.
Why?
Oh, it was so fun watching him play when he comes off the bench. He's like 7'8", skinny as can be.
And trash.
And trash, but still, it was fun watching it, though.
Yeah, he's trash. Taco Fall's trash.
I mean, he was one of those crowd favorites. He was like
he was. He
Manute Bowl type situation.
You know who's the crowd favorite? That kid that was on Dallas Maravich, or whatever his name is, the really tall European dude. Maravich.
Oh yeah,
Markovic. I forget how.
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
I forget how to pronounce his name, but he's definitely a crowd favorite because he gets yayed in every arena he goes to.
Yeah.
Like, it even got commercials. It doesn't even play. So,
Right.
George Mirasan. Remember George Mirasan?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yo, he was a favorite of mine. I ain't gonna lie.
But he actually was a decent player for his size.
George Mirasan. He was just very slow.
Yeah, but he was a decent player though.
And he was a funny character off the on commercials and movies and stuff. He was pretty funny.
But the best of all time was, like I said, Manute Bol by far. By far.
Yo, what happened to Bol, son?
What do you
What happened
mean?
to Bol? He was on Denver, and then I don't know what happened to him.
He's still there.
I don't think he's on Denver anymore.
I don't think so either.
He was there last year.
I don't think so. But okay, I digress. Can we talk a little baseball for a second?
Because he has some IG. He has some IG stuff going on.
Yeah, Bobo was with Denver last year. Yes.
Yeah, as I say, he's still on Denver.
Yes.
He's still on Denver. He played. You just don't watch Denver games.
I do.
Now,
actually,
if you want to talk about baseball, if you want to transition to baseball, we only got like 5 minutes left. But if you want to transition, let me take this up. If you want to transition to the baseball, they released some of the All-Star voting and stuff like that.
Yep.
Aaron Judge also, not a surprise, the lead vote getter for the All-Star.
Right.
Yo, listen, Chet. I know that you're not that big of a Yankee fan, whatever. You too, Boogie, but you're a baseball fan. Did you see those strike calls that Aaron Judge was getting the other night?
Let me tell you something.
They brought that up last night. Billy brought that up. They said it was in 50. It was over 50 this year alone. That were strike calls that shouldn't have been, and it was like something way over 100 in the last couple of years.
Let me
Billy
tell you
brought that up
something.
last night.
The best part of that whole situation was Aaron Boone getting thrown out.
Yo, the curse words coming out of that man's mouth was beautiful. Beautiful.
Let me tell you something.
I'm waiting to get on YouTube when I see on John Boy Media when he comes out.
That is a guy that gets zero respect. And finally, I think he's earned it right there. I really do.
Yeah. Listen, I can't agree. I couldn't agree with you more, bro. But I was just as a fan of sports, right? Yo, for the calls to be that egregious. I mean,
agreed.
I've seen some pitches that are borderline. You know, we all have those borderline pitches.
Right.
You know, some umpires have that. You know, they give you that little bit of leeway.
Up, down,
yeah. But these strike calls were, I mean, they weren't even close. Like, one strike call, the catcher's mitt was damn near in the dirt.
Yeah.
And he brought it up. Like,
yep.
Why Major League Baseball needs to review that? Like,
well, they said they're thinking about the electronic umpires.
I really don't want the electronic umpire. I really don't want it because I think it take away a little bit from the human aspect
element
of the game. But I think something should be reviewable. Like, listen, guy.
Yeah, but if you're going to review each game, then you can have 7-hour games.
Now I'm not reviewing each call. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, other umpires should be able to go up to him and listen, no, that's not a strike. Like in the middle of the game, walk down the first baseline.
You're allowed to sit there and talk to them, but you don't sit there and get into their faces and argue and start throwing equipment and doing this and doing that. You're going to get thrown out right away. Folks are forcing his way to the Lakers. Yep. Saw that too.
Can I ask you something about that? I mean,
I told you I was part of the 3-team deal I was telling you.
This is my thing. Irvin didn't want to play with LeBron in Cleveland. What's going to be different in the Lakers?
Because he feels like LeBron's old, so he probably feel like he's going to have more say-so. Or maybe he realizes that he can't win without him.
I take the line on that one.
Touche. But Chet, before we go, man, because I know time is ticking, man.
Right.
You know you jinxed your team.
Which team?
The Mets.
So, now, do I have to remove you off the screen?
Exactly. Yeah. Huh?
Jinx the team? How? Please explain. How? Please explain how we're jinxed. Best record in the National League and we're jinxed.
No. I'm not saying. I'm just being.
Please tell me how we're jinxed.
I'm being facetious. Okay.
You're being like the rest of the Yankee fans.
No. I'm just talking
about
because Chet was stabbing at the Yankees when they lost to the Astros with the no-hitter. He
had the right to do that. You know why? Because we had guys like Joe LeCue, we had guys like Carlos, we had guys like all those Yankee fans.
Like Billy and Lou.
Every time we take a loss, or if we took a bad loss, oh my God, how many runs did the Mets give up? Oh my God!
How many? You know the worst is. You know the worst is Boogie. It's Duck.
All we do, I get on Facebook, I get on social media, and I see nothing but clowning from Yankee fans. So then, when the Yankees get no hit, you think you're gonna be sore because some Met fans made comments about you guys getting no hit when you're literally throwing daggers at us constantly.
You guys should have been swept in that series. If Houston's bullpen don't implode those 2 games, you get swept.
You lucky that's all you got.
No,
you got lucky to split.
We have an all-star, and we have an all-star in Aaron Judge that does what an all-star is supposed to do, is step up in a time of near disaster.
And Yankees are losing tonight already, 2-1 in the makeup game.
They start off losing every game. So what?
Let me tell you something. In sports betting, Yankees it's very crazy betting with them around because they seem to always be losing at the beginning or not scoring runs. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know it, they just start scoring runs. Like it's crazy.
I think the Yankees game plan is get to the other team's bullpen. I think every game their mentality is if we can get to their bullpen, we have a chance to win.
Houston has all New York number. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
Listen, can't argue it. You're right. I can't even.
I won't pick up my issue with the Yankees. We'll be here for another 2 hours. Okay.
They got
The point.
profile numbers, bro.
Only thing I'm saying to the Yankees fans and the Mets fans that follow this show, stop complaining about the two damn best teams in Major League Baseball right now. Just stop it. There's no reason to Mets fans. There's no reason to talk about Yankee fans. Yankee fans. There's no reason to talk about Mets fans. We are the two best teams basically in baseball right now. Stop it. Stop it. It's not even a conversation to even talk about. Period. If one of the two teams was terrible, then we have something to talk about. But right now, listen, the two best pitchers on the Mets ain't even pitched yet.
Don't worry, Scherzer's back next week. He got to his
But that's what I'm talking about. Like the two best pitchers on the Mets have not pitched yet.
And your second best closer is hurt.
Yep.
So what are we complaining about? New Yorkers? That's why no one respects us. Stop complaining about nonsense. We have some type of success. No, we can complain about? We can complain about the Knicks and the Nets. That's what we can complain about, okay? We can complain about them all day. All right? We can't talk about the Islanders, can't talk about the Rangers, okay? But we can talk about our terrible basketball players. Know that.
Just think football's right around the corner, boys.
Listen, and we can. Oh, you know what, Chet? You're absolutely right. I almost forgot about
football's right around the corner.
Almost forgot about how dismal the Jets and the Giants been the last couple of years. So I'm sorry, I missed those two. But those two teams are trending in the right direction. We think.
We shall see.
The show's over. My cup is run empty.
For now.
Y'all see the sun is still behind me, so I got some more chilling to do.
And this show is brought to you by 106 Street Tire and Wheel. 106 Street Tire and Wheel. Get your wheels fixed and purchase here today.
Now, Boogie, I'm going to be the nice guy here at this point, okay? Since some of our friends don't like to promote us, on a weekly basis, I'm going to eat, swallow my pride and sit there and say, please tune in Wednesday night to the New York Baseball Hour with Billy, Lou, and Brian. Okay, they do very well. Okay, please tune in.
Blah blah blah. Oh, this guy. I got some more drinking to do. Hopefully, I'll throw the ball pretty decent this weekend. I'll see. Well, I'll still be in Vegas next Thursday too, so I'll be shouting y'all out.
Wow, in Vegas, we done moved to Vegas.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, no, listen, you can't just come to Vegas for a couple of days. You got to make a vacation out of it, bro.
I hear that.
Right, I hear that.
You got to make a vacation out of it.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So happens when you got a lot of money. All right. I'll see you guys next week, and maybe there will be some actual more solidified moves made in the NBA by next Thursday.
I hope
Until
so too.
then, I'll see you guys next week.